Welcome to Virtual Formula 1 VFO Season 2 Round 3 in Austria. We're waiting for the cars to come out for a short qualifying session. 18 minutes. Mercedes and Ferrari and a Renault. And both Williams coming out first, followed by the Racing Point. Yellow flags in Sector 2, let's just quickly put the track map on. And the best. There you go. Mashiro starting his flying lap, coming up to the corner here. The only drivers not come out yet are Icon and David. I think that's an AlphaTauri in front of the Renault. They could compromise each other here, coming into the last sector. And the AlphaTauri lets the Renault go past. And it's a 103.918 for Mashiro. And Ace gets a 103.537, quicker than the Mercedes right now. Lots of times coming in right now. Boss a 103.459. The Williams beating a Ferrari right now. Mashiro letting drivers past. Laggy a 103.535. Let's go on for a lap with Icon then. AC 103.537, that's old. Down into turn 1, bit on the curb. That is an AlphaTauri who's got the yellow flags out. No, it's a Williams who's got the yellow flags out. Coming into Sector 2. Down into the double left-hander. 45 seconds, the gap, the split. Coming to Sector 3 here. Then to the last corner, a bit wide there. And it will be a 104.611 very tightly congested right now between the top 10. Into the pits comes Renz. Davies on his out lap now. A lot of the drivers on the back on the out laps who isn't. Now Breakfast King has crossed the line. Oh, bit of a touch there between the Racing Point and the Williams. Onto the grass, that's going to cost him a lot of time there. With plus 4 seconds, that cost him a lot of time. Yellow flags, that is a Red Bull. And into the pits. That was a Red Bull of Bas bringing up those yellow flags, and Icon looks to have spun. Yes, he has. Ace! That's still old. Why is it still showing? Bas still on his out lap. Ace is on a flying lap. I think that's Davey who's just put in a good lap. A 1:04.270. Still 7 tenths behind his teammate, and lucky the Williams ghosted there as the Racing Point speeds into the pits. Both Mercedes here. Yellow flag in sector 3, that is a Red Bull. That is Bas who has come off, he's got a lot of gravel on his tyres there. And Icon has gone straight on into the gravel trap. Invalidated lap as well for his troubles. These two Mercedes still neck and neck, trying to get a good lap time in. Laggy right now, giving the toe to lead now. So 1:05.438 that lap. He doesn't improve. Mashiro does improve though, 1:03.633, puts him into 4th place at the moment. Velocity down in 11th place, he needs to come out again. That is the Renault going slowly. That is Matey going slowly, and into the pits comes Lackey. He is 1.5 tenths. Ace 1.5 tenths quicker than his best time so far. in a sector 2 split. Yellow flag's ahead of him. Will Matey hold him up? No, he's let him pass. Very good of him. And ooh, that's going to cost him a lot of time there. 103.763, 2.2 tenths slower. So that did cost him that little bit of oversteer there. Lead now 3 seconds slower than his time. He'll be coming into the pits. David going all the way over the curbs there in turn 1. Followed by Icon on his outlap. Not much more here. Oh, there's yellow flags. That is Breakfast King, who went really slowly there. He might have had a spin. And Breakfast King is doing some burnouts. He's having enough of this session. Davey on the AI could cause some issues here, with Icon wanting to get past. And it does. Icon had to bin his lap to avoid contact with David. It's taking to the very small escape road. As we're now on board with Tay Arps, who has got a second sector purple. This could be a quick time if he holds it together through these final 2 corners. There's Icon. We're looking at Arps right now. Crosses the line. Doesn't improve on his time. Matey with a first purple sector. Mashiro, a 103.277, first place as it stands with 4 minutes 15 seconds to go in the qualifying session. As we're on board with his teammate, who's 3.5 tenths up on his time, which could put him up into the top 3. Very wide there into the last corner. That's going to gain him some time. That is 3rd place, 103.475. The stewards will have a look at that for track extending in that final sector. Icon 3 laps on his softs to get that 10th fastest lap. Breakfast King has retired from the session in the pits. as we're treated with a very nice aerial view of Icon here. Still 10th fastest for Icon, and that is Velocity, who has spun on his outlap as well, ruining tyres. Not a lot of drivers improving their times in these last few laps. Here comes Dono, not being able to improve his time either. And Laggy, one of the drivers who does improve their time, a 103.155, getting very close to that 102 mark with 1.5 minutes left in the session. Bas, is that coming out? Can't improve his time. We'll stay on board with Ace as he comes past the other Mercedes into the final two corners. Double right-hander. Can't improve his time either. A purple second sector for Bas, as he wants to get pole position after being robbed of it last week. As he comes around the final corner, and he hits the wall. That's going to slow him down a very lot. Crosses the line, a 108, it's 8.37. He chooses not to have another lap. Arts, Icon and Laggy, the first people to finish the qualifying session. Lead now, trying to get better. He does improve his time, he doesn't improve his position. A 103.566. He finishes 6th or lower if any driver can beat that time. That's Renz who comes into the pits. Ace who comes into the pits. Mashiro does go top. A 103.118. With only Bas being able to beat him now. And Bas is 10 seconds off the pace, which means Mashiro will get that pole position that he wanted. 0.04 of a second faster than Bas, the only driver now to finish the session. That's a front wing of Mashiro, who's crashed after the end of the qualifying session. But here is your pole position driver for the race, Mashiro in the Renault, followed by Laggy, then Bas, Matey, Noisy, Liebnow, David, Donnelly, Arps Icon in 10th, not very good performance for him. Velocity in a Ferrari, 9th and 11th for a Ferrari. The Williams beating the AlphaTauri. Robert, Breakfast King 13th and Renz 14th. A spread of 2.5 seconds across the field, so not much to split them. And this is the starting for the race. Waiting for the drivers to get out on track to do formation lap if it's been set on. Everyone choosing their strategies and fuel managements. Here we go. Formation lap. As Mashiro leads us the way, predicted pit stop strategy is a 1-stop or a 2-stop. We'll look at that for closer the next time it pops up. Weaving, tyres warm. Looks like it's on skates. Shiro coming down to the start finish straight. The cars lining back up in their start boxes as we prepare to get this underway. 36 laps in the Austrian hills. We just wait for the final drivers to come into the start boxes. We don't get another pit stop strategy graphic, so we'll have to play it by looking. And it's lights out and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. 36 laps. Mashiro gets us underway as Laggy cuts turn 1 on the inside. Mashiro staying out in front. Icon gets past Velocity and Breakfast King gets past Robert Nag. Laggy wants to go back at Mashiro, and the Red Bull and Renault touch into the corner. That is Matey and Bars. Has any of them got damage? It doesn't look like it. They might have a little bit, but the 2 racing points switched positions. Ace come in 5th now, Davey down to 6th. Here's a pit stop strategy again, a 1 stop to the lap 12, 1 stop to the hard, 2 stops soft, soft, medium. Well, I'm sure we'll see that once again very soon. But the Mercedes down in 7th place of lead now, wanting to get past the racing points. Mashiro does set the fastest lap, a 109.541. And Laggy goes down the inside, pushes Mashiro off the track. Mashiro doesn't like that, he's weaving across the road. As he could lose another position. Bars down the inside of turn 5, maybe? But he doesn't make it stick. Mashiro is still in 2nd place. Laggy at 106.990, fastest lap of the race. And Mashiro goes down the outside, maybe touching his front wing onto the rear right tyre of Laggy, but Bars now wants to have a look on Mashiro, and he touches the gravel, loses a lot of time to Mashiro and to Ace, who's now joined the party. Ace a 106.842, fastest lap of the race. 3 laps gone here, as it's starting to settle down already. And Arps get past, and Icon both get past Dono, but Dono gets past Icon again. Dono is ghosted, that's why. And that is Robert, who is dead last. 14 seconds, the gap to his teammate, as Velocity now gets past Dono. And these front 4 are very bunched up, not even a second separate them. As Mashiro gets past Laggy, and so does Bars. Down into turn 4. Bars pushes Laggy wide, but Laggy makes it stick. Laggy into 2nd. Icon gets past Arps down in 8th now. Laggy wanting to get down into the turn 5. He does very cleanly, but Mashiro stays out in front. And one of those cars has touched the gravel. That would have been Laggy, who's now lost the position to Bars. as we are now on board with Laggy. And Ace! A lot of oversteer there, and he's crashed into the wall. As Lead now gets past Davey, Arts gets past Ace, and Ace now into 9th place after being 4th for 5 laps. As Bas wants to get that 1st place, but he can't, trying to dive bomb Mashiro. Lead now gets past Davey again. Looks like there's a very ding-dong battle there. Bas going for the dive bomb into turn 4... 5? I don't know. Mashiro makes it stick though. As Laggy is back. Once again we're treated to this very good aerial view. Bloxley gets past Ace, who is into the pits. I wouldn't be surprised after losing his whole front wing. Bas now with the DRS down the main straight, the back straight. Dive bomb, very clean, into 1st place goes Bas in the Red Bull. As Davey gets past Lead, now there's yellow flags in sector 2. That is the Mercedes of Liebnau. But the real battle here is Mashiro versus Bas. Still only less than 2 tenths separate them. Mashiro will now get the DRS for this next lap. Bit too far back to make a move, but we'll have this main straight. Well, a little bit curly straight to try and get a bit closer. He will, but he has a look and he doesn't go. Deciding it would be safer to not make a dive bomb there. Losing a bit more time than he would have liked. Icon and Arp's going at it now. Icon up into 6th after starting 10th. On board with Mashiro now, not much going on as he tries to mount an attack to Bas. Coming up to the pit window in a few laps' time, that might shake things up a bit, depending on who can make the softs stay and who doesn't like the tyre degradation, as both drivers almost cut that corner there. But these new rules means that you can have 2 tyres on the curb, as those 3 drivers just did, and not be off track. As Ace gets past Dono, he I believe is still ghosted, yes. As Ace has fitted the hard tyres, so he'll be going to the end of the race, it looks like. As Leap now gets past Icon, down in the to turn 3. Or 4. I'll have to look at a map. Davey only 3/10 behind Matey. Mashiro's still trying to get close to Bars. Robert Neg will now be lapped, as I think he's been disconnected. Blue flags have come out. Robert is ghosted though, so the drivers can just go straight through him. And Davey gets past Matey in turn 5 as they start to come closer and closer to that one-stop pit window. The softs to the hards. Blue flags are still out, but that is Arps, who has spun in turn 7, turn 8 actually, and Laggy has come into the pits, fitting the hard tyres. So Laggy will be going to the end of the race on these hard tyres, a one-stop strategy. Arps also coming into the pits after his spin, promoting Breakfast King into 9th place. Blue flags still coming out. For that Williams. Arps putting on those hard tyres. A new front wing as well, I would assume. Coming out to the pits in 12th. As these two drivers, Bas and Mashiro, still fighting for that first place. None of them want to pit yet. This is the closest battle, so we'll stay on this. Not much going on. Will any of these drivers pit? No. So they're still staying out, but almost cutting that last corner again. And Dono into the pits. Still ghosted. And so does Davey and Matey, both coming into the pits. Velocity. Being promoted to 4th after Davey, Matey and Icon come into the pits. Davey on those white hard tyres. Matey on those hard tyres as well, and so is Icon. So a lot of people going for that one stop. I saw Velocity on the medium tyres. Davey on the medium tyres actually, not the hards, Breakfast King on the mediums, Mitty did go on the hards, and so did Icon. Ace down in 10th after crashing earlier on in the session, and both Mashiro and Bas come into the pits, which will promote Leave now on still on the soft tyres, yet to pit into first. Dono is a lap down, so he won't get second. Laggy, who has pitted, so the undercut has worked for Laggy, coming out 2 seconds in front of Bas. Mashiro not having a good time in the pits. 6, coming out almost 1.5 seconds behind Bas. But right now it is a Mercedes 1-2. Liebnau yet to pit. I would assume he does this lap. And Ace does get past Icon. Ace with more pace, more momentum. Reluctancy up into 4th. Let's see what he does on the, when we come on board. He does. Mashiro right behind Velocity here. Blue flags have come out for Dono, but it's Laggy, Bas, then Velocity, Mashiro gets past Velocity with the DRS, Davey gets past Liebnau, who's come into the pits. Mashiro has been having some work to do now to try and get back into the winning spot fight. Icon getting past Ace, so there's a little battle there. Going side by side down in sector 2. Both lock up, both collide with each other. Icon wanting to get that clean air. As they now separate a bit. Mashiro, a 106.588 on the medium tyres, a new fastest lap of the race. Bas with the DRS coming into turn 3, gets first. Can Laggy hold on to first place though? No, he can't on the hard tyres. Bas with the medium compound, one better compound, gets into first place for the race. Almost halfway done. Ace gets past Icon, still battling, coming into turn 3. Icon looks like what looks like a dive bomb move. Got past Breakfast King and Ace in one swift motion. Ren's in the pits now. And the AlphaTauri of Breakfast King has hit the gravel trap, slowing him down a lot more than he would have liked. I mean, he's out this fight. For a moment, Mashiro did have a new fastest lap, but Liebnau does now, a 106.3 I think I saw on the medium compound. Both drivers on the hard tyres, so it's a matter of pace and momentum now. With DRS comes Ace into turn 3. Come on board with him for the moment. Big lock up on the right, as he's going to lose a lot of time and a lot of tyre wear on that right tyre. as Mishira has got back from 2 seconds down only a few laps ago to be within range of a second spot here, going down the outside of turn 1, colliding with Laggy, pushing him to cut turn 1. Both drivers will have DRS, just about, as Laggy holds on to DRS from Bath. Mishiro going deep into turn 3, allowing Laggy to do a switchback move. And Mishiro has to settle for third. There's just over half the race distance gone here in Austria. And lead now does get past Velocity. Lead now promoted place. Mishiro getting past Laggy for the second spot with DRS into turn 3. Makes it stick. Laggy will now get DRS, but he's not going to. Looking like he got a lot of oversteer there, allowing Davey to get right up close to the back of his gearbox. Davey on the medium compound tyre. And it looks like Robert Nag will be lapped for a second time this race. I don't think he's racing. No, he is ghosted on the hard tyres. Breakfast King down into 12th place now. I don't know what happened there. But Dono, I don't know what's going on. This is your lap leader. He's saying it's 6th place. Might be my internet connection. We'll wait until they cross the line. Let's just get rid of that for a second. As they battle. Oh! Mishiro. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's happened, but Mishiro now is miles out in front. Starting to sort itself out. Velocity comes into the pits again for a soft tyre change. He'll have to go 14 laps on those soft tyres. Maybe Bath's connection has... Bath is out the race with a connection issue. If he can get back in as soon as he can, because he's down in 12th place for some reason. Davey into 2nd place, followed by Laggy. Then lead now. Let's hope Bas can get back into this session. We'll stay on board with this fight for now. Nitrous Davy has got a 3-second time penalty. The first time penalty of the race. Lap 24 of 36. Multiple warnings, which would mean track extending. Icon now crashes in turn 7 into the gravel trap. No, turn 8. As Laggy trying to make a move on Davy. But Davy driving very defensively in the middle of the track, but he can't hold it anymore. Laggy is through. Davy having to back off there a bit to avoid collision. 6.5 seconds is the gap from first to second. There is your race leader at the moment. Bas might be back in the session. He's cut the time down. Very, very unfortunate for him. After battling for first place for more than half the lap, the connection issue makes him drop out of the points. Let's see if he can resolve any of it. With 9 laps to go. Coming up to 9 laps to go. Tejas did get past Icon while I was having a little talk. But here comes Lead now. With the DRS into turn 1, gets past Matey. And Davy, they will both have, no they won't, that's Bas. Davy did have DRS. Oh, they almost touch coming into the second straight. As Davy keeps his front wing in there and he makes a move, pushes Lead now right to the edge of the track in turn 5. Davy will have to hope something happens to Lead now, otherwise he will not get the podium place with a 3-second time penalty. Ace into the pits. Looking like he's gonna put a soft set of tyres on. Which he does. No front wing change, there'll be a quick pit stop here. He will not get out in front of Arps. Will he get out of in front of Icon? Yes he will. Icon a whole corner back. But a new fastest lap for Icon, a 1:05.527. Fastest for the McLaren, down in 9th. Davey does drop a position to Leave Now. Leave Now will now try and push away from Davey. Doesn't need to do anything stupid either, because he knows Davey has that 3-second time penalty. But the Mercedes, only a second separates them. Bas making up that position into 11th, 13 seconds behind a 1-point score. With 8 laps to go now. Leave Now with the DRS shut on the outside, trying to avoid contact with his teammate. Loses a lot of time. On board now. Leave Now on the medium tyres. Once again a battle of momentum. With the help of DRS coming into the start-finish straight. Half a second separate them. 7 laps to go now. Bas comes into the pits. That is a Red Wall soft tyre. So he'll be going for what looks like a couple of super flying laps. Trying to get anywhere near 10th place. Icon a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Track extending. And Bas 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings, track extension. It's just a misery compiler for Bas. With the only spots right now to battle for 2nd and 3rd, both Mercedes. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3, that's Icon, who has gone straight on in turn 7. And he has DNF'd out the session. So if Bas can, there he is, parked up on the right hand side of turn 8. If Bas can get his drive quickly, maybe not. He says 40-second gap. Nope, there you go. 5 seconds to 10th place, and then he'll need a 3 seconds. Oh! While I was trying to figure out what Bas needs to get a point, he does get a fastest lap. That is the lead now, who has spun out of turn 1, promoting Davey into 3rd. Here is Davey. Not much action coming for these final few laps. It looks like Mashiro will win the race, pole to win, after a confusing bit of technical issues. Bas has caught up to Renz. There you go, Bas into the top 10. So it's not all lost for Bas just yet. 17 seconds to gap to Breakfast King. He will be pushing. Will that cost him though, if he starts pushing too much, as Davey goes over the curbs on turn 1, taking to the off part of the track. Both Ferraris going at it in sector 3. We'll take you to that battle there. Not really a battle. Lead now needs to find 3 seconds in the next 2 laps to get back that podium spot that he really wants after spinning. Penultimate lap then. Velocity gaining and gaining on ups. Only 4/10 now between the 2 Ferraris. And no matter what now, unless he crashes, Bas will get 10th at least, which will give him an extra point because he has the fastest lap so far. Oh, pushing up 3. Will there be any team orders for this last lap and a half for the Ferraris? I don't think so, but Mashiro on the last lap now, going down the second straight. Blue flags for the Williams there. Lieb now only needs 5/10 to get that podium spot now. as Arps does lose the position to Velocity. But the main story here, pole to win, Mashiro, the Renault driver, wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, what was that? There is your winner there. Laggy getting second, Davey getting third on track, being demoted after a time penalty, Lieb now getting third, Davey getting fourth, Matey fifth, and it is still racing here. Ace coming in at sixth, down into the last corner, weaving on the track, sixth for Ace. Still the Ferrari's battle, but it is Velocity who comes in seventh. Then Arps in 8th, Breakfast King in 9th, Bath in 10th. Driver of the day is Lieb now, according to the game. And here is your podium, Mashiro getting that top spot. And the Mercedes drivers are split by him on that podium. Not something you see every day. The Renault on the top spot, but he's happy nonetheless. Spraying his engineer. And there is your results. Mashiro first, Laggy second, Lieb now third, Davey fourth after a time penalty, Matey fifth, Ace sixth, Velocity seventh, Arps eighth, Breakfast King ninth, Bars 10th, Renz 11th, Dono 12th, Robert 13th, and 14th Icon, and Robert and Icon both DNF'd out the race. Time penalties for Icon, that doesn't count because he DNF'd. Bars a 3-second time penalty, and Davey obviously that 3-second time penalty which cost him the podium. Next week we race in Singapore, I believe. Let me just make sure. Calendar. Yes, Singapore on the 5th of December, next Saturday, 6 PM UK time. I'll see you then.